This place is of course known for being the city in which many war criminals met their fate, but it's a city with some beautiful buildings. Amongst them are the stadiums and arenas of Nuremberg, Germany. We start off at Muller Stadium, which is the biggest ground in town, home to the biggest club in town. Judging by the name, Muller Stadium also has the largest possible amount of humanoid creatures from the future within it. No, Max Morlock was of course a famous footballer from Nuremberg. Much like that reference to the time machine, this stadium dates back many decades. Quite as old as the novel, but nearly 100 years old. However, it was modernised extensively 20 years ago prior to the 2006 World Cup. Unlike most of the other venues that were redeveloped at that time, this one kept the running track. Why is that so? Well, I suppose there does have to be somewhere in the country for big athletics events to take place. And this stadium has in the past hosted the German Athletics Championships many times. The nearest train station is called Nuremberg Frankenstadion, as Frankenstadion was this ground's name for a while. Frankenstadion. A cool name, but I suppose it would be better suited to a stadium that looks a bit hodgepodge and had bolts sticking out of it. This is far too uniform to be called Frankenstadion. Nearby is Arena Nürnberger Versicherung, home to a club called the Ice Tigers. I can't imagine that tigers would be very nimble on ice. What about the Nuremberg narwhals? Ugh. For some reason, the prospect of encountering one of these guys in the water freaks me the fuck out. Even more so than a shark. It's like Vlad the Impaler's wet dream. Wet because of the water. Shortly after opening, this venue hosted the World Ice Hockey Championships. Then the following year, the Inline Hockey World Championships, so roller hockey. Like a lot of European hockey arenas, it has one or two standing sections. And also it's shared with a handball team. Is ice handball a thing? How come every sport doesn't have an ice version? Ice tennis would be good, I reckon. Actually no, people would just get stuck in the net after they chase after a drop shot. I'm rambling now. Nice arena, let's move on. Sportpark Ronhoff Thomas Sommer is situated in Fürth, which was once upon a time its own distinct town, but not so much anymore. This ground is even older than the Morlock, dating back to 1910, but rather than a football legend, Thomas Sommer is a real estate mogul. This one is more of a Frankenstadion really. No two stands are the same. There are probably some bolts sticking out somewhere, and this stand here is sort of misaligned and unusual. But if you've watched the channel for a while, you know that the words unusual, misaligned, or lopsided are usually used as a compliment. Just a word of warning though, don't say that to a lady that you fancy. Your face is so unique. Normally the eyes are above the nose, but you went your own way on that one. Why, thank you. The unusual layout is partially due to the fact that it has been upgraded piece by piece, rather than all at once like the Morlock was. Almost forgot that Ireland doesn't actually own the trademark for the clover. I was about to say their crest is like a knockoff of the Irish one, but maybe that just allows them to base the club in Ireland for tax purposes. Kia Metropol Arena. You know what's weird? If you ever visit New Zealand, people are really keen on your opinion on whether you prefer a Kia or another brand, presumably. Maybe I'm just misinterpreting what they're trying to say. This box-like arena was built just a few years ago, partially because the Nuremberg Falcons were promoted to the Bundesliga, without access to an arena that met the league's requirements. I guess they weren't able to play at the arena we saw earlier, or maybe it didn't meet the league's requirements. So this arena was built instead. Obviously it wasn't built specifically for the Falcons, it's partially taxpayers' money that funded it. So it had to also accommodate some of the events that the public were crying out for, like the German Table Tennis Championships, which really drew in the spectators in droves. Other than the government, the funding came from the title sponsor. In case you wanted to know, it cost €40 million. So there you have it, time to pick a favourite. Despite the track, I'll go with the Morlock. It's like an angular version of De Kuip, with that inclined roof. Now it's time for extra time. Today we have Otto Kurgenschmeisen, a Nuremberg local.
Nuremberg.
What?
It's Nuremberg, not Nuremberg.
You know what? I don't want to interview a pedant.
I'm not a pedant. We settled out of court, so you can't legally say that.
What?
I was never found guilty.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Have a good one.